What's good, y'all? To Hoodie Intelligence. Now, YouTube recently striked my channel, and I've been trying to film videos for like 4 attempts now. I think I finally lost it. I think I finally lost it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to record videos all the time. I can't even record one now. It just seems so weird to me. I don't even know how people just speak info on the phone. Like, it seems so simple, but so hard to do. Anyway, we're going to be talking about the mishaps of energy. Now, with this, I'm not talking about a current that's not being fulfilled, or I guess you could say that. But I'm talking about in relationships, right? So, you people are starting to think sex is a way of dealing with energy of arguments. Now, let's just make up a type of mishap, right? Let's say, oh, you think your girl's cheating or whatever, so y'all get into it or whatever, y'all arguing, but then you end it off with makeup sex. Now, listen, that's cool and all, I guess, but y'all never really came to a full understanding. That's usually how it goes. Y'all just get straight to it. Y'all don't even make a full understanding of, well, I won't do this and I won't do that. Y'all don't even make a full positive gesture at the end. Y'all just go straight to energy, what's it called? Energy combination, which is what sex is. It's just you combining energy. But y'all just go straight into energy combination. You don't even work out the problem first. Y'all don't even talk about it. Y'all just go straight to it. But then you wonder why your heart feels so heavy, or your heart chakra, which is around here, feels so heavy, is because you haven't gotten fully over it, because y'all haven't talked about it. Y'all talked about it at first when y'all was arguing, but you didn't finish off the convo with a positive gesture of energy to keep the current cycle going. So instead, what you would rather do is skip over the problem and end it off with sex and then continue about your life, but you're holding grudges and you are making your heart chakra feel heavy. Now, when your heart chakra feels heavy, as we would see in the reincarnation process of the hieroglyphics of Egypt, when you have Anubis, aka Anpu, I think that's what some of them call him, but Anubis at the scale, and the heart is in, and then there's a feather. Your heart should be as light as the feather. If your heart is heavier than the feather, that means that you're holding on to some type of grudge or doubt. And if it's lighter than the feather, that means you have no worries in the world. Now, you should have balance. So it should be as the feather. It shouldn't, your heart should not be as light as the feather, because feathers are light. So it should not be as light as the feather. Or no, it shouldn't be lighter than the feather. I mean, it should be as light as the feather. So at the same time, if you go in and it's lighter than the feather, you're coming back, because that means you had no worries in the world. You're not supposed to have any worries. Don't get me wrong. But when I mean worries, I mean like you don't care about nothing. 333. Like you don't have emotion for nothing. You're just here. Now, if it's heavier than the what's called heavier than the feather, that means that you care too much. You hold grudges. You hold emotional, you hold emotional attachments. Now, if it's as light as the feather, that means that you can reincarnate. I mean, you don't have to reincarnate. You could just go straight into the astral realm and go into different dimensions, but that's not the thing we're talking about. So y'all people, or not you people, but people in relationships now in this day of time, or rather, instead of figuring out the argument or figuring out the situation, which is why you have to use your throat chakra, because if you use your throat chakra, that means that you can get your point across. So let's say you don't like communicating, that means your throat chakra is cut off, and that's what most red pill men, that's what they what's it called, put out today. Don't talk about your feelings, that's too emotional. Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem every single time, but at the same time, speak out your problems. Now, most of us, the hell, most of us wouldn't even do that. Our throat chakras cut off. But getting back to topic, so when we finally argue, we just go straight to sex combination. Even though we are still holding grudges, we still haven't got our point fully across. We go straight into it. And this is what causes energy mishaps, because then we start to figure, oh, well, because you don't seemingly feel right about this whole relationship still, because y'all haven't even talked it out, you haven't even figured it out. So now this starts to put what's it called, some type of, what's it called, it puts unbalance in all of your chakras, because your it definitely gets your heart chakra. Your heart chakra probably gonna feel it the most, but it also could affect your root chakra, because your root chakra is security, and it makes you feel unsecure because of your heart chakra. Your heart chakra controls not even all it is, but it's the main part of who you are today. So for this part, as I'm saying, please don't. If you do have an argument, don't go straight to sex. And I might make a part two of this, because there's a lot of things that happen in relationships, and this is why they end. Because y'all don't fully talk on things, which is why your throat chakra is never going to be balanced, because you don't fully talk out things. Instead, you would rather go straight to energy combination. An energy combination while holding grudges is not a healthy thing, which will probably cause your relationship to end early. So for that case, Tahuti Intelligence will be back. I don't know when, but we will be back. And I expect this vid to blow up, because for what's called, I was originally trying to get to a job, and suddenly they wasn't hiring, even though every time I go there, it still says that they're hiring. So I'm gonna take this as the ancestors want me to do more research or more in look of knowledge, and then I'm just gonna apply it to these videos. I have to get used to this again though, because something's not right with these. It just don't seem right. But anyway, that's the end for the vid.